Spooky Sunday. How are we doing, everybody? We are back. This man, Sammy the Man McIntyre, with Moving the Chains podcast. Hope we're doing well today. We had a star-studded Saturday. College football, everything from Alabama, Tennessee to Ole Miss, Georgia. We had everything galore. SEC was fantastic yesterday. And Notre Dame, USC. Here come the Irish. Woo! That was a great win last night in the rain. Classic. What could be the last battle between Notre Dame and USC gave us an all-timer last night. So I want to start with that game first. So, USC, oh boy. My two words, same shit. Lincoln Riley, what are you doing? This team, to me, they're not going to the playoff now. Because had you lost just to Notre Dame, okay, fair game, you lose to Oregon, you lose 2 games. Okay, context matters, I got it. But this is 3 in a row now. Because you're going to lose to Oregon in Autzen. You lost to Notre Dame, and you lost to Illinois in Champaign just a few weeks ago. So, USC is completely, and I mean completely, they're off the map now. They are off the map. They're not going to the playoff. And for all the Lincoln Riley and all the razzle-dazzle and everything else, he's not getting it done, man. You know, and I just feel like, to me, he's a fraud to me. He's got this weirdness to him. He needs to go back to Oklahoma. He doesn't belong at USC. And people go, well, Sammy, you took Pete Carroll. No, Pete Carroll kicked ass and took names. Right away. Now, the times have changed, and I get all that. But come on, man. This is USC. And you're struggling? No excuse. There's few teams in college football that shouldn't be struggling, but they are. Like Wisconsin right now, they got a ton of issues, and they've been shut out twice. I think they're just giving up on the season. But I'm watching USC, and you know what? It had flashbacks about 2 years ago. Anybody remember that? Caleb Williams goes in, he's Heisman Trophy, all this stuff. Notre Dame stifles his ass. 3 interceptions. And I saw it again last night. And I don't know if he's watching too much of Caleb Williams film or he's throwing off his back foot. I don't know. But it doesn't look good. So, I just think USC, they got to go back to drawing board. Now, listen, you got to fire Lincoln Riley. I don't know. His buyout's probably $80 million, which is hard to believe in this day and age of college football, but it is what it is. That was shameful last night from USC, University of Spoiled Children. And it was just, I mean, it's the same shit with Lincoln Riley. Like, when is he going to learn? He's a great offensive mind. I'm not doubting that. I'm not disputing that. But there's got to be more to that. There's got to be more, like, cards in your arsenal. And I'm just watching it, and it just looks the same old shit. They can't run the football in these bad weather games. The play calling was fine, but until the stupid receiver pass. I mean, it was just moronic. You're in the rain. Like, be smart. Football. Ball management. And I just felt like they did a piss poor job. So, USC fans, you're in a bad spot right now. I just feel like it's the same shit, different day. In terms of Notre Dame, that was an absolute ass-beating last night in the hands of USC. Way to run the football. They went back to their roots. Old school football. Pulling guard, center. I mean, fantastic last night. Those 2 running backs, I was texting my buddy Kevin Craner last night during the game, and we were just, I mean, he's elite, man. Jeremiah Love, if he's not top 10 pick, I'm stunned. He's going to be in the first round. This guy's elusive. He's agile. He's got vision. He might be the best running back I've seen in a long time. I mean, probably Jonathan Taylor or Saquon Barkley. He's in that tier. And I'm watching last night. TJ Carr again. He's a sophomore. He's got to get some more stuff. Got to stop, doing dumb shit. But I feel like right now, Notre Dame's humming. And the way that their schedule lines up, they're probably going to be in the playoff. Could they go to the Natty? Possibly. It's going to be hard to do. I think Bama's just hunting right now. The way that the SEC is rocking and rolling. But, man, I watched last night, and I got to tell you, if those running backs continue the way they are, with the way that this defense is playing for Notre Dame, taking the ball away, looking fantastic, watch out for the Irish, because they are coming, and they are coming fast. And, listen, they gave some chunks last night. Very sloppy football from Notre Dame in terms of penalties and all that. But sometimes you're going to have those kind of nights. And the way that the USC offense was kind of mixing and matching and getting big plays and all that stuff, that's one thing with Lincoln Riley. Like, I give him credit for being offensive genius, but something's off with his personality. He doesn't feel like LA. It's just not right. So I wanted to touch on this. So Alabama played Tennessee last night. Oh, boy. I know the avalanche of Tennessee fans is coming this morning. We can't beat Bama. We can't beat Georgia. Oh, my God. Okay. I understand that. But I will say this. To me, Tennessee's going to be okay. Josh Heupel's a really, really smart guy. And I love, and I mean love is a strong word, love watching his offense against anybody. But Alabama's got dudes. I mean, they were getting after him last night. Some of the play calling by Heupel was very stupid to me. Right before the half, you throw the pick six. That, to me, changed the game. If they had not had that pick six last night, that changes the game. Now I know football's black and white. You win and lose. I got all that. But I'm saying when I watched it from my own eyes last night, and I had that Notre Dame game on, I was kind of flipping back and forth, rooting for it because I got two cousins that went there and all that. But I'm watching that game last night. To me, Tennessee's going to be fine. They're going to be okay. They moved the ball up and down the field on Bama. They ran the ball well. Aguilar had okay night. Kind of got sacked a little bit too much. Their offensive line was getting manhandled, which happens. That's okay. But I feel like I'm watching a more complete offense with Aguilar and the skill players they have at Tennessee than I did with Nico Aguilar or whatever the fuck his name is, Nico. So I feel like I'm watching a good team right now with Tennessee. They're going to be okay. The only two games they've lost are to Georgia close and to Alabama. It happens. The sky is not falling. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm trying to crack my neck here. So I'm not worried about Alabama per se. Or Tennessee, excuse me. Alabama did win last night, and they look like one of the best teams in college football. And they are. They're coming. They a month ago they lost. They got smacked against Florida State, and I'm like, uh-oh. Not looking like Saban's, not like your grandfather at Alabama Crimson Tide. Woo! But last night, to me, this team, the way that they're operating, is a machine right now. And listen, Ty Simpson looks a lot better because I was reading some YouTube comments. I watched the highlights this morning. I was, like I said, flipping back and forth. And I feel like, to me, with Ty Simpson, he's patient. He's in the pocket. You know, he can move, and he gives you those extended plays where he's running the ball. But it's not like last year with Jalen Milroe. And this was different for me between Milroe and Simpson. Milroe was like Justin Fields. First reads out there, took off and run. Okay? And he's a great runner. I'm not disputing that. But that's kind of the frustration because they have the weapons. They have Bernard and they have Ryan Williams, who, again, I was getting some Smoothie King this morning. I was trying to get alert and waked up and everything. And I was thinking in my car, I'm going, Williams kind of drives me nuts with the whole nail polish. Oh, my God, nail tech. Paint your nails on 3. 1, 2, 3, nail tech. Kind of gay. Whatever. But personal beef aside, he's a hell of a player. And I love Bernard and that Horton kid. They've got dudes everywhere. And I really am impressed with Simpson, the way he moves, maneuvers. I feel like I'm watching Washington University with Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb. They're just slinging that pill around. They're high-flying. It's great. But you got to run the football still. And they're still not doing that. I don't know why. They're not getting Tennessee's front's really good. They got some dudes in the NFL. But I just felt like, to me, last night, that was the one knock I have on Alabama. And you only win one way. It's through the air. You know, they had that thing with Dallas when they were winning their Super Bowls by air or by ground. This is through air. So they got to get running the football. Just a little bit balanced. I'm not saying a lot, but just a little bit. But that was a great win last night by Alabama. They're stamping their place in the college football playoff. Probably going to win the SEC. It's going to be a dogfight between Georgia. Ole Miss is still there, LSU and all that. But what a great win for Alabama last night. Okay, so one of the other two games I watched yesterday was Ole Miss, Georgia. Okay, so I was at Costco yesterday. I got home, and I started watching that game, and I was kind of flipping back. I had other games going on. So I went back this morning and watched it. I watched it all last night during halftime, I believe. So I will say this with Ole Miss. I love Lane Kiffin. I think he's changed a lot. He's a changed man. He's a funny guy. He's something else. I mean, Paul Feinbaum once said he's like Miley Cyrus college football. I don't want to go that far. But he's a character. And he's grown up a lot. You know, he had the stuff early on with the Raiders and the Tennessee Volunteers. And it was a weird fit, right? He had a lot of animosity. He was a villain. He was drunk all the time. And he was an alcoholic. And then he, got sober. And he's doing hot yoga. He's just changed a lot. And like everybody does, we change as we grow over time. Some people are just who they are, but a lot of times they change. And I'm watching Lane today, and a thought hit my head. Could he go back to the NFL? And I thought about it, and I said, I don't think he will. Seeing if he were to ever leave Ole Miss, because NFL jobs could be open, who knows? But I don't think he would go back to the NFL just because of the fact I look at the landscape right now. What teams need a coach? What situations like a Harbaugh, the Chargers, or Matt LaFleur, the Packers? Not a lot of them. I mean, he would have to go to the Jets. He would go to the Titans again, but I don't think he's going to Tennessee because he's such a villain in that state already that I don't think he would go to the Titans. He could. Dad's, Monty Kiffin, legendary defensive coordinator, invented the Tampa 2. I think Tunji might have done it, but whatever. So I do feel like he could go to the NFL if he wanted to and give another crack at it. The Raiders thing didn't work the first time. Not all his fault. Al Davis was a fucking nutty old 80-year-old man. But my point is, I think he stays in college. And listen, he's one of the best play callers I've ever seen in college. Him, Heupel, those two guys I just love watching offense. The fun, it's explosive, it's spacing, it's matchups, it's formations. It's incredible. And I'm watching this Chamberbliss kid from Ferris State. He's balling. Jackson Dart got in the league. I mean, Lane Kiffin, to me, has like a Kevin O'Connell kind of feel. Makes your quarterback comfortable, makes him feel at ease, throws a lot on his plate, but he's not overwhelmed. And that was just fun to watch. But I got to question them. They were up going into that game, and they didn't do anything after that. So it's okay. They lost this one game. They lost. They're still in it. I thought to throw them in the mix with how stacked the SEC is. It's kind of like a cannibalism right now. But I will say this. They're going to be okay from Ole Miss's standpoint. They're going to be a really good football team. They got a little handsy with the Georgia receivers yesterday, and they're going to be fine. Ole Miss is going to be a very good football team going down the stretch, the way that their defense is playing, and they got some dudes. Lane's done a phenomenal job. This is an Ole Miss program that's been pretty good most of my life. Had their moments, but now they feel like one of the better ones in college football, maybe in that conference, probably top 5 team in the SEC in terms of recruiting and all that stuff. So they looked really good. On the Georgia side of things, impressed, man. I am so impressed with Kirby Smart, the toughness, the grit. This does not have like 2021 first rounders like it did 4 years ago. But I will say they got a fight to them and a dog to them, fitting their bulldog. That they just don't quit. They are like a bouncer at a bar. They're like a guy at a bar that's still hanging on. Hey, when it's last call, they will leave until they get forced out. They have that kind of vibe to them. And Gunnar Stockton has proven me wrong. I thought, he's going to be like a Stetson Bennett clone. Run the ball, make your plays when you can. But the way he's responded, 2 back-to-back shootouts in Tennessee, in Neyland, and at home against Ole Miss showed me something. And he's a great athlete. And he's not the biggest guy. He's only 6 foot, 6'1", I believe, 215. But this guy's got something I really like. He's a gamer. And he's got mental toughness to him, which I think at these programs like at Georgia and Alabama, they teach you mental. And Nick Kirby's one of the best to ever do it because he learned it from the best, probably the GOAT, Nick Saban. So it's incredible. I have so much respect for that state, that program. They've always been good, but they took it up a notch when they hired Kirby about 7-8 years ago. They've been fantastic, and they got 2 natties to show for it. And they've just done a remarkable job. And the way they ran the football yesterday, just was very reminiscent of an Alabama football team. Just run the ball down your throat. It's going to be muddy it up, ugly, put it in a phone booth, and see what you're going to do. That was my interpretation of that game. So, just to recap, Ole Miss is going to be okay. First loss of the year, they're going to be fine. But when I look at Georgia, they're going to be great. They're going to be right in that mix, too. So, it's going to be a dogfight near the end in the SEC. Last game I wanted to touch on was LSU lost to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt? Is Jay Cutler there? Skip Bayless there? I mean, they're playing really well right now, and I was impressed with Vanderbilt. Listen, Ole Miss can put up points. I'm not disputing that, but to still put up only 24 with the weapons they have and their offensive line looks okay. Nussmeier, the oblique injury, he's impressive to me. Now, again, I've claimed that I think he's like a Jared Goff kind of stationary guy, but if you give him time, watch out. They have got weapons galore. We all know what that state is down there in Louisiana. Can get talent. It's not the issue. But, man, I watched that Green kid, and he's a stud. They got Anderson. They got dudes everywhere. Every time I look up, there's an NFL guy. I feel like that could be on an NFL field tomorrow. They have got that level of talent. Nussmeier can play. I love their running back. They're getting a running game going in LSU, which was not evident early, but I feel like they're getting there now. And they look impressive, but I just go back to this. Brian Kelly's a weird fit. And again, I respect Brian Kelly. I didn't love what happened at Notre Dame. But, man, it's a weird fit. Could you buy him out? I don't know. But it just doesn't feel like a good fit. You got an East Coast guy, angry, intense, pissed, against, like, a Southern guy. It just doesn't mesh. I don't know. So, I don't know. But I will say this. Ole Miss is going to be okay. What have they lost? They formed? I don't know. I think they lost. So I think they're 5-2. So they're kind of like Georgia in that mix. But they're going to be okay. And I'm not too worried about them at all with LSU. But it is alarming. I mean, to only score 24 points with the weaponry they have, something's missing. I don't know if it's new alignment. I don't know. But something's not right down there in Louisiana. They got to get that fixed. Because if they want to go to a natty or something, they got to put up more than just 24. And on the Vanderbilt side, I love this Diego Pablo kid. Listen, he's a gamer. He's tough. He's got some Baker Mayfield vibes. Strutting the Heisman. Johnny Manziel's there. He's balling. Listen, man, I'm a big fan of Diego Pavia. I have a cousin that went to Vanderbilt, so I've got kind of rooting for that program a little bit. They've done a phenomenal job. I mean, Clark Lee took over this program, and I just feel like it's only on the up and up. Kind of feels like to me like a Georgia Tech kind of thing, where it's like kind of, they've always been like the little redheaded stepchild of Tennessee. Vanderbilt has been to Tennessee. But I feel like something's going in the right direction there with the way that they're running the football. They're getting kids to go there. Tennessee's a good state for talent. And Vanderbilt's put guys in the league. So very impressed by Vanderbilt. Sky's the limit, man. Like in terms of what this program can do, they're 7-1 right now. The only loss was to Bama. No shot there. So I was just thoroughly impressed. So we have got a great slate of NFL games today. I will this week go back over Lenore Sellers, my guy. He's looking awful. It's not his fault. I don't know what's going on in Columbia, South Carolina. They look awful. Got smacked yesterday by Oklahoma. I'll go back and watch the highlights on that. Hope you guys are doing well. Spooky Sunday. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm getting prepared for Raider-Chief game. It's Chiefs week, baby. Hope you guys are doing well. Spooky Sunday. Adios. Got more content throughout the week. Godspeed. Love you.